Okay, let's say you want a Star Destroyer model. Where are you going to get one? Pretty much right now your choices are very, very limited. You are limited to this one. Or there are a couple of others out there. There's the Randy Cooper one. There's the, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But if I look, I probably have a model by them here somewhere. It'll take a little while. I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. But Anagrand, there it is. There's the Anagrand one. Those are very large and very expensive. Both of them run $600-700. So if you want to do this on something of a budget, you're stuck with this one. Because there isn't anything out there. Now, I know that Bandai showed a Star Destroyer at one of their model shows, but that's not coming out anytime soon. The whole Disney, Bandai, Revel thing has just slowed Bandai on their productions. Don't expect it. Don't wait for it. That's what I've been told, and that's what I've read. So if you want a Star Destroyer, you're getting this one. Now, let's open the box. You can tell this one's old. Very old. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and set the box aside so we can put parts down. And some of you have complained that I constantly get off frame. Well, I'm going to try to fix that with the green mat right here. There. Now, I don't really need to zoom more than that. Okay, now you look at this thing. It is tiled and surfaced very... Here, let's zoom this a bit better. You can look at the surface detail on this thing. It's got a lot of tiling to it. Now, I don't know, I'm not going to comment on the accuracy because I'm not really sure the accuracy. I'm pretty sure the overall shape of this isn't too bad because most of the upgrade kits I see work off of it. Okay? But a lot of people sand this off and do their own panel lining because they just don't like the way the panel line is on this. That is the underside. Here's the upper side. Okay? Let me go ahead and zoom this camera back out. This is the upper side of the kit. It makes a fairly decent sized model. I mean, when you take a look at it, that's not that bad. It's definitely over 11 inches long because this is 11 inches. It's definitely over 11 inches long. Now, the problems we start facing isn't this part here. It's when we start looking at the actual parts that come in the rest of it. Okay? The stand on this one's pretty scratched up over time. It's not been done right, but I wouldn't use that stand anyhow. We start getting into other parts of this thing. Okay? The sidewalls right here are horrid. They don't look anything like you would expect on a Star Destroyer. They're flat. They're two-dimensional. Come on, this is 1980s model technology here. You can't expect it to be outstandingly good. It's just not. The radar dishes are just round balls. Okay? The command center, the bridge, it's not too good. The rocket engines have little to no detail on them. Okay? The next set of sprue isn't any better. You can see we get more of the same. Okay? The hangar bay, I'm looking for it. I think that's the hangar bay right there. The hangar bay lacks all character and all detail. But the overall shape, from my understanding, is pretty good for this model. It's just that they didn't do a good job of the panels and the side pieces. So, what most people do is they buy this kit and they buy an upgrade kit. What I'm going to show you, and this is the primary focus of this video, is one of those upgrade kits. Okay? Now, this box is unlabeled. That's my own handwriting, Star Destroyer Upgrades. The company that makes this kit, and this is before Shapeways really got popular. So, I know a lot of you are thinking right now, Shapeways. Yes, there's a lot of upgrade kits for almost any model on Shapeways. Okay? But the company that made this is AMT, Avery Model Products. They're still there. If you search for them, AMP, if you search for AMP Models or Avery Model Products, you will find them, okay? And their phone number is there, their address is there. This is the Nebulon-B medical frigate. I'm going to open this box and let you see what's in there too, okay? So if we open this, and you can tell I've been a little impatient with opening it at times because I always opened it the wrong way. We get a conversion set here. Now, this conversion set is for the Devastator, okay? And it tells you that we're working off of the AMT model kit. The directions you get with this thing are not, well, here they are. Make sure you include the stock model if something's wrong. There's nothing wrong with this upgrade kit. And when you get in here, it starts showing you what the sidewalls are, the brim trench hanger, brim trench cut to fit. You want to cut this to fit, apparently. Okay. It says cut out for bridge and spine. You'll see why you're cutting that out in a little bit. Turbo laser placements is showing you where the turbo lasers go. Now, those turbo lasers are going to go on the side here. Now, this kit has the turbo lasers molded on, and, you know, look at that detail. Let the camera focus on it so you guys can see it. Look at that detail. No wonder everyone is looking to upgrade this, okay? And the next page, it shows main hanger cutout kit part. So basically, it's just telling you the general place to put it. And you want to use CA super glue or two-part epoxy, because this is a resin upgrade kit, and it won't work. You can't use model glue on this. So the first thing we're going to look at is some of the engine bells. Because I know the photos they have on their website aren't really that good, okay? Now, like all resin things, you're going to have to work with them, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and do a good zoom here, which means I'm going to have to adjust the camera quite often. But here's one. You get 4 of these things, and if I look at the back of the model kit, there is a mounting spot for 3. Either that or these aren't the main engine bells, these are the secondary bells, because there's a mounting spot for 4 of those. Okay? And you can see the 4 of them that come in there. Hopefully I'm getting a spare out of this. You can see the detail is much improved over the normal model kit. And these are pretty thin walled. They might be a little distorted, but you can always bend resin back with a hot air. Like that one. Oh boy. That one, maybe this is flash around the outer rim. I'm hoping it is. If it's flash around the outer rim, we're okay with this. And I suspect it is flash. It looks to be flash. So it's okay that's breaking. Okay? So let me put these back in their little baggie. I'm going to be careful with this because these are pretty thin, delicate parts. They're not something I want to smash accidentally. Okay? Now looking in here, no, those are apparently the main engine bells. Your sidewall kits, there's one of the sidewalls. Huge improvement over the offering that you get with the model kit itself. Okay? This is a huge improvement over the model kit itself. It's got quite a bit of a pour block on it, but that's okay. You look at that. That's good detail. Very good detail. This is what we hope we would get when we buy a model kit, right? The hanger bay. Remember I was complaining about that hanger bay? Well, let's see what we get with the Avery model kits. What the hanger bay looks like there. Now, I just wish this was molded in clear resin, because that would be much better in clear. But it's pretty thin here on the side and on this side, and it would be really easy to get light to shine through there, or to just thin it out and hollow it out and have light coming in through the side, so you would have a lit hanger bay. Real easy to do, and have it lighting from the side because it is so thin on the sides of that. In the rest of the bag that came out of, we have these parts. This right here is one of the side hanger bays. Here's another side hanger bay. And another one. Looks like I get 3 of those, but I think the kit only calls for 2. And then we have 4 of these pieces right here. And I'll have to look at the directions because it's going to say where these go. Now, if you look at a side view of this, you can see it is pretty good with the detail. In fact, looking at it, I wouldn't even know where to start sticking fibers through that. Because that detail is pretty good on these. Okay, so there is the hanger bay. I'll have to look and see what we do with the engine bells because it comes with 4 of them. And this does have 4 secondary. I wonder if I'm supposed to use the primary ones that come with the model kit. Let me look at the directions and see what it says, because it could be that that's the case. Nothing on that. Nope. Nothing on any of that. You know, you get this kind of thing with resin kits. You don't always get nice, clean, clear, precise directions on where stuff goes. Okay, this bag looks like it has a whole bunch of these in it, so I'm going to pull out 1. There are 4 of them in here. More sidewalls. And they are really, really detailed. Some of that detail is pretty small and tiny. Okay? So if I were to use this to build up a Star Destroyer, it's going to look good. We're just keeping these 2 parts from the looks of it, and a little bit of the superstructure. Now this stuff comes in a plastic box. So let me open this box up. Those turbo lasers I was complaining about, now this is what you get in their place. Much improved. Okay? The bridge I was complaining about, that's what you get in place of the bridge. That looks a lot better in the bridge that comes with that kit. This looks like it's a pour nub, which means a little cleanup. You're always going to have cleanup with resin kits. The radar domes, it comes with the 2 radar domes. These look much better than what you get, although I'm not liking this one. But that just could be the way it poured. Oh boy, it runs off on me. I gotta get that before Tomo and Thunder find it and think it is a good toy. They're both in here watching me. Ugh. So there's one of the radar domes. Here's another radar dome. Or force generator dome or whatever. And here is another set of turbo lasers. And what we have on the back is the back neck for the bridge. So this is going to glue in like this. And there's the replacement bridge. Now, again, with resin, you don't always get perfection. And you can see I'm not getting perfection in how these parts fit. Not 100% perfection. Either that or I got it backwards. Nah, I don't think I had it backwards. I could have it upside down, though. No, I don't have it upside down. It's got to go that way. Okay? You're not always going to get perfection, but that's part of the fun of these kits. Okay? That is a lot of the fun of these kits is dealing with these weird changes to the kits. I mean, if resin was easy, not everyone would be doing it, correct? Okay, so there's a look at the upgrade kit for this thing. You know, the directions aren't very clear. This is the biggest one I have a problem with. It says, if you have any questions or comments on this or any commander's model, please feel free to contact us at any of the above mentioned ways. And we have an address up here, and we have an email and a phone number. Okay? It would be nice to have a photo how to build this somewhere on the internet, because, again, some of this is looking a little hokey. Not hokey, okay? because the radar dome is good, just not as good as it could be. Everything else is good. I don't have any complaints with any of this model kit other than maybe those radar domes. Okay? But those are easy enough to take care of on their own. So there's the upgrade kit for the Star Destroyer. Now, this is just a review. Don't count on me building this anytime soon, because I know that's a long-term project, and right now I'm trying to just get my feet back into model building after pretty much 2 years without. One last thing we're going to look at, and I got to get downstairs and get to bed. It's late. Let's look at this Nebulon-B medical frigate. So let me pull the camera back some. Now, this thing, again, you get your kind of sketch directions here. It says antennas, use brass rod for antennas, cut the length as stated below, and it gives you the lengths and it gives you the locations in here, because this thing had a lot of little antennas sticking off of it. The directions are pretty straightforward. There's 5 parts, stick them together. Okay? Now, what I don't like about this model, you will see in a minute. Here's the front half of the ship. You got some flash to clean up, and again, you get this on resin kits. The back half of the ship, there I cleaned up half the flash. The engine nozzles are poured separately. Okay. It looks, let me do a zoom because we can see it better with the zoom. You can see the detail here. Doesn't look bad. Let's turn this. I don't think I got a bad pour out of that. It just kind of looks that way to my eyes on first look. It looks okay. Right in here is what's worrying me. Let me get some cheater glasses and take a look at that, because I haven't really looked at this thing very, very well. I'm taking it off camera. Yeah, it got a little soft right in here. But that's not horrible to fix. Just like it's a tiny bit soft right in here. Now in the bag here, and this is where we're getting to the parts I don't like, and I don't really want to open this bag because of the way some of these parts are. They're really delicate. We have the central spine of the ship. Now what I don't like about this, and other model kits didn't do this, is this should have a brass rod down the center for strength, and it doesn't. Okay, and you see all the little engine cores are in there too. If I were to shake this a little bit, you can see the engine cores. Okay, now you want a model of Nebulon-B, you're gonna have a hard time finding one. Oh yeah, there's some bad, I got a bad pour on it down here at the bottom. That's going to take some cleanup. But where you're going to get a model of the Nebulon-B, there's another bad spot right there. So if I build this, what I'm going to have to do is put a rod in the bottom of this and put a rod in the bottom of this to support both the front and the back half, simply because of the way they did the model. Had they put a brass tube down the center and some brass tubes in the ends here where this nub is, instead of the way they did it, this thing might have been able to support itself. But then again, I understand why they don't, because you start putting brass tubes in there, you start upping the cost of the model dramatically. Well, anyhow, there's a look. This one isn't poured so nicely. And you can tell by looking at it that it's not. But they're not too bad. Well, I did this review mainly because I was conversing with someone, stevethefish.net. I will put a link to his channel on there. He's building the Star Destroyer right now. Well, he's thinking about building the Star Destroyer, and he's been getting a lot of his parts off Shapeways. And if I find the link to the Shapeways part supplier, I'll put it in the video. If I don't, I'm sure one of you will mention it in a comment, and it'll get put in the video comments. Hope you enjoyed that little look at some resin upgrade parts and an actual resin model. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you another time.